football playoff edition of the Behind the Blaze podcast. I'm your host, Coach Malik Holman. Here with me today, I have two seniors instead of one. First senior,
Jaden, number 4.
Jalen, number 27.
How y'all doing today?
I'm doing great.
Feeling good.
Well, it's playoff time here at Blackman High School. We are making one of the furthest trips ever recorded. I think it is the furthest trip ever recorded in Blackman football history for a playoff game. We're going 278 miles in the second round to take on Dobbins Bennett. Jaden, let's start with you. What's something you're looking forward to? You know, back-to-back years making the second round of playoffs. What's the most exciting thing you're ready for tomorrow night?
To begin with, I'm ready to win. And besides winning, I'm just looking forward to the road trip and the memories me and my teammates are going to make tomorrow. It's going to be a fun trip, stopping at Carson Newman, getting on the bus, making jokes, and then locking in for the game is going to be the best part.
This is second year in a row for you. You know, we've been in the spot, second round of playoffs. What's something you can take away from, you know, last year being here and not getting the job done, you know, to now? What's something that you really focused on this week that you needed to change?
I embrace watching film this week, making sure I'm prepared for the game, making sure my teammates prepare for the game. Our coaches have us very prepared, doing walkthroughs during school, making sure we're watching film before and after practice. In practice, we're getting the job done. Everybody's executing. And on Friday, we just show up and we're going to show out.
That sounds good, man. Jalen, cutting to you, this is your first year here with us at Blackman. Let's let the audience, you know, get to know you a little bit. Talk about where you're from, what position you play, and, you know, your role and everything you bring, you know, to our team. What's something about Jalen that the listeners don't know?
My name Jalen, from Covington, Tennessee. I play cornerback, and I also can play running back. The role that I play on the team is I'm funny. They can always count on me when they need me, and I can always count on them. They'll welcome me to a new home. These are my brothers. I never, ever forget any of these people on these teams.
What was your first time? What month did you come and join the team? 'Cause I honestly do not remember. I know it was sometime. Was it in the summer? No, you came.
I came during school in March last year.
Okay, in March. And what other sports you do at the schools? I know you're just not a football player. What else do you do here?
I do track. Last year, I came in the middle of the season because I had to get all my stuff sent over. But I also went to state, won the 4x1, and I competed in the 200 and came in sixth place.
Okay, got you. What's something that you've learned, or what's the biggest things you learned, you know, just playing, you know, at a smaller school and a smaller division ball in Tennessee and now moving, you know, to Middle Tennessee and playing the highest public school classification? What's been the biggest adjustment that you've had to, you know, get used to?
The people, the community, and, like, how things go is different because it's bigger. And, like, it's just like I'm not used to, like, being in the city like this. And, like, it's just a whole lot of people I'd met and I'll forever be friends with.
Got you. You know, last week your number was called on. You had to, you know, fill in and start. We had some, you know, defensive backs go down. And your number was called in our first round game against Gallatin that we did come out victorious 24-9. With that start, what's something that you know that you knew you had to be ready, and what helped you focus to be prepared? And, you know, your number was called and you got help get the job done.
So, look, before practice, I was already locked in because our starting safety was down. So, like, I was just like, I got to step up because one of our starting corners are going to have to go to safety. So I have to just step up and play a big part of the role because it takes all 11. It takes one team.
Jaden, back to you. Like we've talked about it, you know, on your first episode on the show. I think you did the very first episode of the season, I believe. What's the biggest growth you've seen, you know, in our defensive back room from week 1 to now week 12 in the season with, you know, as many seniors as we have and as many guys that we can play and rotate and plug in different spots?
I'm seeing the growth in a lot of people's technique. And, like, the biggest thing I've seen is a tackling between everybody. Everybody's coming down to hit. Everybody's wrapping up. Y'all say don't jump off the diving board, and it's not been a lot of that recently. So that's definitely been the biggest thing. And then as I see, like, the underclassmen are looking up to us, and I see their technique is getting better, and they're getting developed very well.
Jalen, this is your first time being coached by not only myself but also Coach Oliver. What's biggest thing you've learned from one of us two at practice?
Take coaching. I learned my technique has got way better. My footwork has got better. My eyes, just like everything overall about myself has just got better. I feel like myself, like I'm changing.
Let's get your perspective on tomorrow's game. I actually get both of your perspective. What if you had to pick one thing yourself as a player has to do to make sure that we get the job done tomorrow night? What would that be? Start with you first, Jalen.
Read your keys.
And Jaden?
Yes, read our keys, but play our role and take on the responsibilities that's for us, and don't try to make someone else's play. So do what you're supposed to do, and don't try to be the Superman guy on the team.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's look at it from a team perspective now. What do you think the team needs to do to make sure we get the job done tomorrow night? Not so much offense, defense, or just one particular side, but team effort with all three phases.
Come together, uplift each other. We gotta have energy. It don't matter what the play is. If we make a play, we gotta have energy. We gotta bring the momentum, because it ain't gonna be a lot of fans coming out there. So we got nothing but each other.
Yep.
I'm gonna go along with what he said with energy. The game is gonna be really hype. They have like the #1 band in Tennessee, so we're definitely gonna have energy. The game's gonna be live and live, whatever you want to say itself, because they're gonna have a lot of fans there. It's a second round, and we're a really good team. So there's gonna be a lot of people there, family, friends, and college coaches most likely. So we're gonna have to perform very high. Everybody's gonna have to come together. But I feel like this week we've been practicing better since we got told that they've been talking trash on the internet. So that gives us that lights our flame. It makes us want to play even harder.
Yeah. The one thing I've noticed with this team a lot is, going back on the energy, I feel like some games when we come out during warm-ups, I wouldn't call it going through the motions. I would just call us being super relaxed, and we don't get up until the team shows us that they want to play, they think they compete, and then we finally flip the switch, like, okay, like the game's here and they actually want to play, so let's turn it on for real. And then I think that's when the true black man comes out, just from the games I've seen. If you go back to week 3, this game was crazy with all the emotions going forward against Riverdale. I think before the game we knew they wanted so-called smoke and we wanted so-called smoke. So whatever it was when we came out, if we come out with that energy, it's going to be different. Jalen, I feel like that was your first real big experience of 6A football, is being a part of that game, especially at the game-winning play at the end. Both of you had a key, moment to breaking up that pass to win us the game. Just talk about that week going into it and just being in that atmosphere, the delay, waiting almost 3 hours to freaking finish the game. How was that in your sense of, was that your real moment of 6A ball, or was there another game in the season that you can point to?
No, that breakup pass, it was just like everything, because we really wanted that win. Everybody wanted us to win, and they just thought that was going to beat us. So when everybody, as I was guarding a person coming across the field, it was like I saw the ball in the air. My coaches just always told us, if the ball is in the air, it's ours. So I had to sprint to the ball.
Yep, 100%. And like I said, both of you made probably the play of the year so far. Let's fast forward to week 6. We did go down our first and only loss so far in the season. So crosstown rival Oakland. What's something that you took away from that game and that you needed to improve on to get ready to see them again? Jaden, start with you.
It was definitely humbling. We went into the game big-headed. Oh, we're 5-0. Well, we're so good, and just thinking that we're just going to show up and just stomp them out. But they're a really good football team, so it gave us the thoughts of we need to execute more in practice. We need to go harder in practice. We need to take more pride in just everything, just taking it to the next level, because they're a state championship team. They've got multiple state championships. So if we want to be a state champion, we got to have a state championship mentality. So that's definitely what I got from that.
When we came out, we was just we was hyped. But during the game, as the game was going, it was a whole lot of arguing, and people just was giving up. They was saying they gonna give up because they scored 1 touchdown. which was after halftime. We held them all the way into halftime. So, like, we had it. We just had to get momentum. But, like, towards, like, when they started scoring, everybody was just giving up. Like, you just feel like everybody was just going down.
Right. But since then, we've had 2 close games where we've had to overcome that. We saw some things not go our way, but we had to make adjustments and bounce back. Look forward to another game. Fast forward, week 9 against Siegel, it was back and forth the whole time, and from the defensive side of the ball, DB room wasn't our best week, but going back to that game, what do you think went wrong, and moving forward these last 3 weeks, what do you think changed preparation-wise and practice-wise to help us, get over it? That was our second time we gave up 30 points in the season. But since then, we haven't given up double digits since. So what do you think clicked from, that week to then on, Jaden?
Definitely not overlooking people. We were just overlooking Siegel since we just think we're just so much better than them. So we learned not to overlook people and be ready for the matchup that we're going against this week. Just take it 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 game at a time, instead of looking over people, looking in the future, because anything can happen. You can lose on any given Friday. It's 6A football. Everybody's good, so you can't just overlook anyone.
Jello, what about you? Just remembering that week.
Like you were saying, you can't overlook. We was big-headed. We was saying we was going to just come out and beat them. We thought we were just a real better team, which we are, but we just can't overlook any other team. Doesn't matter their overall, how many people, how the players are on the team. We just can't keep overlooking teams, and we just had to stop being big-headed.
Right. As I mentioned, start of the episode, this team being 270 miles away, and people around here not even familiar with who we're playing or what they look like. I'm still getting asked this week, who y'all playing again? What is the Diamonds Bennett? And all this stuff. From what you've watched, to give people just perspective of what kind of team we're going against, what's some of the things that they do well as a team? Because they also boast a 10-1 record, same as ours. So what's some things that they do well, and if we're gonna come out on top, we have to stop these things to make sure we win. Jaden, go ahead, or Jalen, go ahead.
They most definitely got some athletes, but like I don't think they got athletes better than us. They most definitely have some ball players too, but we can go get the ball even more. We can get the ball better as well. They do have a quarterback. They do have strong running backs, but I feel like we can get the job done.
Jay, what about you?
They do have a good offense. They're physical up front. Linemen are pretty nice size. I'm not going to lie. They have good size linemen. They run their offense very well. So we just have to be physical, match their physicality. I think we have better football players than them, but that never means anything. Hard work always beats talent. So we got to show up, do our stuff, and that's all it has to be. What do you think, Coach?
I feel good going into it. I trust our preparation. I trust our focus. Monday, was a rough day at practice. Yeah, it was cold. I think that as a team, we let that get in our head a little bit. But if you want, the good teams play in cold weather, and that's something you look forward to. As long as you wanted to keep going, you can't let the temperature and the weather outside affect you. But I think yesterday was probably, if not the best, one of the best practices that we've had probably these last 4 weeks of the season. I just hope that we come out with some energy and don't start slow, and we show them we're the better team from the jump. But that's going to be it for this week's episode. For y'all listening, I hope that if you cannot make the 270-mile trip, that you can at least, they will have a live stream on YouTube. If you type in Dobbins Bennett's Athletics, you'll be able to watch our Black and Blaze football team. That we are currently 10-1, looking to make history for our first 11-win season since 2014. Hope you all could tune in and support us.
Go Blaze.